Wow. I don't even know I don't even know. Okay, backstory time. And the backstory on this deal is that I don't 100% know what the backstory is. I'm not sure whether this was a truck that was sold out of the fleet or was a rental that turned into a sale, which sometimes happens too. But either way, this guy ended up with the truck without ever fully paying for it, and the owners of the truck have wanted it back for the last 7 years. Only problem was they didn't know where it went. Now, it turns out this guy was a bit of a hoarder, and he took this truck to a piece of property that wasn't his, but was a place where he was being allowed to hoard a lot of his stuff and junk, and he filled it with stuff and junk, and it just disappeared for the last better part of a decade, until recently a new lady moved into the property, from what I understand, to help caretake her family that owns the property and is much older. And she wants to clean the place up, and a big part of cleaning the place up is getting all that junk out of there that was being hoarded, and one of the biggest piece of junk that was being hoarded was this truck. So, being the thinker that she is, and knowing a bit of the backstory on the truck, instead of dealing with the hoarder guy who doesn't want to get rid of the truck, she decided to call the owners of the truck who wanted it back. So they looked it up. Sure enough, they do own it. It is their truck, and now they have the contact information for the guy again. They called him. I guess he gave up, said, if you can get it, get the stupid thing. So they called me and told me, if you can get it, go get the stupid thing. So I headed up there with the big rollback, and you see the mess I got into, and spoiler alert, I got that thing out of there and delivered back to its owner. I'm not gonna make you watch the whole video to figure that part out, if that's all you wanna know. But either way, it was quite the ordeal, and since this customer of mine is not at all a fan of being put on the YouTubes, I'm gonna go through this whole video without ever saying their name. Now, I know it's gonna be so hard for you guys to be watching this and not know who it is I'm talking about, and I'm sorry, but they don't like that, so I can't tell you. So I know it's going to be tough, but it's just what we got to do here. So let's get right back to where we just started and see how this went. Was that not the dumbest intro you ever saw? Par for the course. Okay, so I'm here and I found it, and there's a whole lot of interesting going on here. For one, it's in the corner of this property here, which is got a lot of stuff going on. The lady who has this place now is trying to clean all this out and get it looking good again. I guess the guy who was here collected things. So this is the truck. The issue is to go straight out backwards, which is where my straightest access point is. There's, like, you know, a truck on jack stands. I don't know if this is just a concrete pad or if this is like a septic tank vault or anything like that I don't want to drive across. Don't quite know with that cutout in right there, so I wouldn't want to drive across that, just not knowing. To come this way, which I could come around this way, but there's a half a truck, a broke down truck, this thing in the way, this thing in the way, and then all of this in the way. Now if you see, it's all off that way. I don't even know what that is. That thing is like kind of cool and kind of sketchy all at the same time. But if we really get to looking over here inside this thing, oh, wow. I don't even know I don't even know. It's like to the ceiling in the front and just slow, like it just kept getting piled up and tapered off. And there's a headrest if you want one. One insulation panel. A CD hanging from the ceiling. Custom shelving. VHS tapes. Like, when's the last time you saw a VHS tape? That one's from Blockbuster. They probably didn't return that either. This thing is probably overweight just sitting here. Is that like those are curtain rings on the back to make like a curtain close off. Wow. Wow. So I have recovered a good bit of equipment before. This is the worst. Definitely. This is the worst. So this is a truck they haven't even had for years. And this is a 24-foot box, which is a size they haven't even had for years. So how long this thing has been rented, I have no idea, but it's been a long time. One of the tires are even decent. There's a giant fire pit here, so I can't come around. Tires got tread, and amazingly the sidewalls aren't like weather checked and cracked. So they got air. I don't know how much, but they're not flat. Isn't that ironic? That's locked with their stuff. Man, if all of this didn't exist, and like, you know, the stuff inside of it, I could probably sneak right around that side of that concrete pad, hook it from the back, take it straight out the driveway and down the hill. I left my truck down at the bottom of the hill down there by the road because I like to see what I'm getting into before I drive a truck into it, and I am glad I did. But if I could do that, I could get it out of here and go down the road somewhere and flip around and grab it from the front. But I think I'm going to take some pictures of this and send them to all and say, what do you think? Do you really want this one back? Because you might not want this one back. The way they're turned, if that wasn't there and this wasn't here, and then, you know, like the stuff, I'd probably be able to winch it around to here, then grab the front end and drag it around and hook up to it with it spun around. But then it's like a 90-degree turn there that way, and then a 90-degree turn that way that I don't think I have any hope of making. Okay, I got 3 updates for you. 1, I got the truck up the driveway, which was like challenge number 1. 2, wants it. They own it, that's registered to them, so they don't want it left just randomly somewhere as, you know, like liability thing. So we're getting it out of here no matter what it takes. 3, I played the phone a friend game and I called Alex, and because Alex is a trooper, he is loading up and heading this way right now, and he's gonna help me with this. It's looking like we're at a PLS cleanup here. Oh, by the way, PLS, their first big cleanup of the year is going to be April 7th, and out China Hat Road area if you're interested. This cleanup is going to be limited to 150 people volunteers wise, just because the size of the area we have to clean up is much smaller, and that's going to make it much more manageable. So if you're interested, pls.org, the link will be down below. It is capped at 150, so just keep that in mind for this one. We are hoping to do much bigger ones in the future. So yeah, if you're interested in that, check that out. It'll look a lot like this, but out in the woods. And then when we're done, it'll look like there's clean dirt. That's what it'll look like when we're done. So Alex showed up right as we got our path cleared, so perfect timing. But to make it okay, he brought snacks and monsters, so we're good.
And I got the large monster too.
Yeah, you got the big one. I'm gonna be jacked all day. So the plan is sneak this truck through here and try to get kind of back in there. I don't think we're gonna have to move that stuff there. We might, but then grab it with the winch, drag it as sideways as I can, then pull forward and see if I can get centered with it so I can hook it. And then Alex will sit in the front seat of that thing, steering the front end, while I drive this out of here and we'll do like the fire trucks that steer from the back and try to snake our way through. And
be fun. And the brakes do
you
work.
saw the driveway down there.
I did see the driveway.
It's not level at all. It's steep and it's curvy, and there's a ladybug in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a ladybug in the driveway.
And then the truck and the trailer right there.
You'll see. Oh yeah, truck in the trailer and trees and switch back
It's
down
like
on
an
the road.
obstacle course. That'll be a good time.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna put my sheave head in there so we can winch, and then see if we can get back in there.
Woo.
In theory, these things are the same width, so if this one fit, that one will fit. Now, will they fit together? I don't know.
That's a good question.
Let's hook some stuff to some stuff and pull on some stuff.
Sounds good to me. Give it the old yank. So what's the plan here?
I don't know. I want to hook farther to this side so I can get it over farther. So I kind of want to get there that I can grab.
Whoa, the stick moves as you do it?
Yeah. There's what this does, there's little air solenoids behind the levers. So when you hit the button, it moves the levers.
That's pretty wild. I'll stand behind you.
What I don't want to do is spin the front end of my truck that way and into the fence.
It's working.
I might actually make this work. I think from there I can pull up and get it.
Yeah, honestly. So where did you buy that radio control at?
I found a company that makes them for these trucks. The truck already had the controls in it and the receiver, so someone along the lines in all the years lost the remote. So I found a company that made them with bed back, bed forward, bed tilt down, bed tilt up, winch in, winch out, all already on it, which is super cool and handy, right? Except for none of these actually line up with what it does.
Okay.
So like winch in is bed forward, winch out is bed down.
Okay.
So I know it in my head now, but if I were to hand this to you,
what's
like,
going
you should see I
on?
was trying to use it for the first time. I'm like, none of this is making sense, but it's working.
Just gotta get a label maker or draw a little picture on it.
See, like right now, I need to slide the bed back. So I will winch out. Oh, that's not it. I will bed down is bed back. Now to tilt it up so I can get to my toolbox is winch out. Makes sense.
Makes sense. Would you like a tiara? I think this is what it's called, or something. It's got little diamonds on it.
No, you're the princess, not me.
I think you'd look beautiful in this.
Well, I know I would, but not today. No, not that one. Winch in.
Winch in. You're winching in the bed.
Now, bed up. Now, bed back. See, it totally makes sense, right?
It makes sense.
How could you screw that up? I did that rookie move again where I didn't grab my forks out of the bed before I put it away.
The forks?
Yeah, to actually grab it.
Oh, okay.
Probably this. Probably this. Why is it that no matter which way I put these, the next time I need them,
It's always the opposite.
I always need them the other way?
That's just how life is.
Welcome to my life. Normally I'd pull it out somewhere. You could just grab the frame with the forks and drag it out to wherever to turn around, but since this is so steep and has that big turn in the middle of it, we're actually going to chain it down.
Okay.
Also, instead of, I really don't want to lose it going halfway down that hill.
Also don't want to be in it.
Well, I won't, you will.
I will, but I don't want to be in it when it's rolling away. Well, I guess the brakes work, so it wouldn't roll away.
Well, they might. I said it has them, I don't know if they actually work.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah. In the last video where I towed a U-Haul from the rear,
Yeah.
there was a spot where I was underneath it, untying the, the straps and all that stuff, and someone's like, I can't believe you didn't block up under your wheel. If the hydraulics failed, you would have got crushed. There's like a whole axle that like it sits on. It doesn't go all the way to the ground, like physics. So that's why I sit right here and like not crawl under the axle. Same thing as when we're tying down the front axle, we're laying under the truck to do it, and it's suspended with hydraulics, yes. But if the truck were to be sitting on the ground, you can still lay under the truck. That's why you don't like crawl under the axle itself, either going behind it or in front of it, and then you're fine.
There you go.
Well, in theory.
Hey, look at her go. Beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. Now what?
Hey, now I get in it and we go moving.
I'll throw a chain on it and tie it down, and then yeah, we'll do things. We probably don't need to have this thing chained down for what we're about to do, but I'd rather not find out that we did.
Makes sense.
I'll call you on speakerphone once I'm ready to go. All right. Or I'll call you and put it on speakerphone, then we can hear each other.
I'll have my phone out.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I know, I'm so fancy. I'm talking to the camera now. Okay, so we got it out through this squeeze and where it was. We've got another couple more tight squeezes to get through. Alex is looking at me so weird right now because we're on speakerphone to communicate. So I just started talking and he's yelling at me. What are you saying? All right, I'm gonna go put this down there and we'll do it again. What's that? You can fly a plane, but you can't drive a truck backwards? All right, this one here is a tight squeeze. Once you get past this, once you get past this trailer with the green tarp, you're gonna wanna hug that way to miss this Ford. Yeah, this is tight. Okay, turn to your passenger side some. Yep, right there. Because, yeah, I want you to clear that trailer. Now straighten out. Okay, and then watch, and then watch your trailer swinging, or your front end swinging over into that trailer. I don't think it will. Okay, perfect. I would say just hug that Ford right there. I think you're good right there. Yep. Oh, you nailed that. Perfect. Your mirror is going to go right over the top of his mirror. Okay, now our last obstacle is this gate, then that ladybug, and then down to the road we go. Yeah, if you just hold right straight, you're gonna miss the gate just fine. I wish there was a way to like set up these ear pods so that like the camera could hear what you're saying as well, like our whole conversation, because this is probably very weird to the people watching this, that all they're hearing is me and not the other half of this conversation. I don't know. Okay, I'm passing the ladybug. If you hold your wheel straight, I think you'll miss it. And then you might have to swing to your front end to the passenger side to get around this bush right here. But for now, just hold right where you're at. My tail swing is gonna push your back end right over towards that ladybug. Okay, now turn what is your driver's side. And that's gonna bring your front end around this corner. Yep, more driver. Perfect, and just try to ride yourself right around that bush. Driver, no driver, hard driver. Yep, perfect. I know, we're trying to say driver and passenger facing two different drivers and passengers. Perfect, so your front end's clear of the ladybug. So straighten up, and I should be able to bring you, yep, now I should be able to bring you right down onto the road. Turn driver a little bit. There you go, yep, just hold that right there. Okay, straighten up some. Perfect. Okay, driver just a hair. Perfect, just hold right there. It should swing you through this gate. Okay, straighten up. Perfect, hold it right there. I can hear that steering wheel squeaking in my headphones. Okay, so just hold straight. I'm gonna pull out on the road here. There's plenty of visibility, so I'm gonna pull out on the road and just put you right in the middle of the lane. That way I can get to the other side and hook up, and I think I can go down the other side of this road and not have to do it backwards. If you want to sit there and ride all the way to Eugene like that, that's fine with me. To Eugene, yeah. Okay, turn your wheel driver side. Yep. And now straighten out. I'm gonna put you right here. And just try to get straight with the road. Driver, or hold on, passenger, yeah. Sorry, we're backwards. Passenger side. Okay, right there. I'm gonna set you down right there. Okay, we can hang up now. Very nice work.
That was fun.
Awesome job. That axle's got a sway bar mounted to the axle.
Yep.
So I might grab my spring hangers and grab it by the springs instead.
It'd be a lot easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd keep this under reach in a lot closer. Give me more front axle weight.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
You know what I'm gonna have to do, right?
What? Swap them? Sheesh.
Actually, I don't know. It might be low enough.
Maybe, who knows?
No, they need to swap.
Dang.
Do they really, though?
Only one way to find out.
You're correct.
So what are those?
Spring hangers.
So those are spring hangers.
They go like this. And then I go like this. No, like this. Wow, I'm doing everything backwards. So on the opposite side of the truck, the controls are the opposites. As you can tell, I'm not very good at it. Okay. That line's up there. Each line. There.
Can't tell if I'm cold or hot.
And I'm gonna run it from this side because I'm better at it.
Well, hey, what do you know? It fit.
And now before we get too crazy here. Here. This goes here. There. Now. Check that out. Dang.
What?
I didn't put these back in their box before I put the weight on the back end. So they're gonna go in the side box now.
Woo. Better side box than no box.
That's staying in the video, by the way. Okay, we got a light.
Dang.
Okay, well, we are tied down, safety chain, lights on the back, drive line pulled, parking brake off, flashy lights engaged. I'm gonna turn those back off. But ready to hit the road. Thank you for all the help. Seriously, I don't quite know how to pull that one off by myself.
That was fun.
So I'm glad Alex answered the phone. Now he's gonna go fly an airplane because he does that type of thing. Yeah, so now I'm gonna head over to Eugene with this thing and see how much ice there is up on the pass of the mountain.
Woo! Hey, ice road truck.
Let's go. Well, the good news about it taking so long to get loaded up is it gave all the ice up here on the pass time to melt. So now it's just wet road, not icy road, which is nice. And then hopefully I'll get back over before it starts to freeze back up for tonight and get icy again. But yeah, we're at the summit right here, the Santiam Pass. I got quite a bit of snow on the side of the road, but yeah, this morning this would have been all ice and now it's just water and road spray on the window. So that's a bonus of that whole morning mess we had to deal with. Hey, we're over the bottom side of the mountain on the other side. Stopped to check everything over. Truck's still here. All the tie downs are still tight. Safety chain's good, tire's good all the way around, and then light bar's still on the back. So looks like we're good to keep on rolling. Okay, so we got it dropped off here at the storage yard. And I know all of you have the same question I do of, since this is an obsolete truck that's, wow, that one's been somewhere a while. Since this is an obsolete truck they don't use anymore, obviously it's not going to go back in the rental fleet. What are they going to do with it? And that is, I don't know. That's way beyond my pay grade. But something I do know, it's another question I'm sure you guys have. And the answer to that question is, no, I'm not digging through all that. So here it is.